rounding out episode 105 the way we do every single week.
Yeah, slightly less beardy.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I don't grow a beard. No, we're talking about the indie news.
Oh!
You know, those guys that don't get TV time all the time. They're not selling out arenas. Well, some of them are. But
not massive arenas, though.
No, unless we're in Japan, which we are going to talk about Japan. But before we get to that in our results, we have 4 other shows that happened throughout the weekend. Kevin Hawk, what happened over the weekend?
Yeah, so I've got 4 shows that came to us on the 17th.
All of them.
Busy day.
Friday was crazy.
Yeah, so I'm going to start with Absolute Intense Wrestling's What's in the Basement, Klopek.
Still a weird name, I don't understand.
Yeah, absolutely. So we know that Jerry, who's totally over, defeated Kaplan, Dominic Guarini, Garrison King, Joshua Singh, and Dr. Daniel C. Rockingham in the 6-way match that they had. In the tag team match, Weird World defeated B.J. Whitmer and the Duke. Shayna Baszler picked up a victory over Veda Scott. The Laredo Kid and Bandolero defeated Skida Jr. and El Gringo Loco with a double pin.
Wow.
Brian Carson hosted an open challenge, which was answered by none other than Shane Douglas.
Wow. Okay.
And relative AIW rookie Brian Carson defeated Shane Douglas. With a little asterisk, because the referee didn't see that Shane Douglas's foot was on the rope.
Shane Douglas, the franchise, getting his rematch.
Facade defeated Eric Ryan. EC3 defeated Rex Brody and then challenged Johnny Gargano to a match at Absolution 11, which is going to be an intergender tag team match. I forget who EC3's partner is going to be, but it's going to be against Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae.
All right.
Then we had Josh Prohibition defeat Sanjay Dutt, and in the main event, the Intense champion Alex Daniels successfully defended the championship against Flamina and DJZ.
Nice.
And then we had the House of Glory versus Beyond Wrestling show.
Co-promotion.
We opened up with David Starr defeating Ken Broadway, Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, and Smiley in a 4 corners match. Matt Riddle defeated Chuck O'Neal via disqualification. Chuck O'Neal had a submission hold on. Matt Riddle got to the ropes. Chuck O'Neal refused to release the hold before the count of 5 and got disqualified.
That's what happens.
Lufisto defeated Sonya Strong. Jonathan Gresham defeated Brian Fury. Private Party defeated the Hit Squad, and they successfully retained their House of Glory Tag Team Championships.
Right.
The Team 2 Click defeated Team Tremendous, the New York Wrecking Crew, and the Super Savages in a 4-team scramble match. Kamaitachi defeated Chris Dickinson. The Beaver Boys defeated EYFBO, and then Anthony Gangone defeated JT Dunn, successfully retaining his House of Glory Championship.
All right.
Then we had Shine 35, and we opened up with what was supposedly a 4-women match for a Shine Money in the Bank contract between Mia Yim, Kelly Skater, Nicole Matthews, and Santana Garrett. Last-minute addition to the match was Ivelisse, and she would win the contract to challenge for the Shine Championship whenever she feels necessary. Then we had Luscious Latasha, or as I called her last week, Latashus Lasha. And
I think that's how you should say it.
Maria, they defeated Raya O'Reilly and Viper. Kellyanne defeated Chelsea Green. Jamie Jameson and Marty Bell, a.k.a. Better Than You, retained their Shine Tag Team Championships against hashtag Sparkle, so they're called, Evie and Shaza McKenzie.
All right.
Rachel Ellering defeated Tessa Blanchard. Su Yung defeated Kaylee Ray. And then in the main event, where Madison Eagles is defending the Shimmer Championship, Allison Kay is defending the TNA Knockouts Championship, and Taylor Made is defending the Shine Championship. Your winner, Ivelisse, cashing in the contract to make it a 4 corners match, and she would pin Taylor Made to become the new Shine Champion. Awesome.
Very
Good job.
You know, Ivelisse was posting pictures, and I was like, how did she do that? because I don't remember her being on the card at all.
Yeah, she wasn't on the card at all.
Yeah.
Which made it a cool surprise thing.
Yeah. So, awesome. Good job, Evilise.
And then we're going to round things out with a super stacked card over at AAW's Killers Among Us. We opened up, we had Congo Kong and Desmond Xavier defeat Candice LeRae and Heidi Lovelace, Shane Hollister, Marcus Crane, and Connor Braxton and Eli Machete in a 4 corners tag team match. Tommaso Ciampa had that open challenge. It was answered by the Monster Mafia's own Josh Alexander. Ciampa would defeat him. Jessica Havoc defeated Kimber Lee. Silas Young defeated Drew Gulak. Davey Vega and Matt Fitchett retained the AAW Tag Team Championships over the Hooligans. Chris Hero defeated Drago. AR Fox successfully defended the Heritage Championship against Aerostar. Trevor Lee defeated Moose, Andrew Everett, and Cedric Alexander in a 4 corners match.
Alright.
Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Johnny Gargano via submission. And in the main event, the team of Ohio is for Killers, represented by Sami Callihan and Dave Chris, defeated Murder Inc., Homicide, and Eddie Kingston.
Wow. I want to see that match.
We do know, confirmed for the next show, which is July 23rd, Sami Callihan versus Pentagon Jr.
Yes. For the...
I think it's
AAW
for the
Championship?
AAW Championship.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Sami Callihan versus Pentagon Jr.
And that's it. What I got for results. What do you got for results?
Well, we're going over to the east. We're going to Japan for New Japan Pro Wrestling's Dominion. That was on the 19th. That was a Sunday. Every single title changed hands. Just throwing that out there right now. So, first off, in a 6-man tag
We're
team
like,
match.
damn, Minion. Back at it again with the title changing hands.
Starting off, we had a 6-man tag team match where Manabu Nakanishi, Satoshi Kojima, and Hiroyoshi Tenzan defeated Dave Finlay, Juice Robinson, and Jay White. Another 6-man tag, we had the Bullet Club's Hangman Page, Yujiro Takahashi, and Bad Luck Fale defeat Captain New Japan, Yoshitatsu, and Togi Makabe. We had Yoshihashi and Tomohiro Ishii defeat Bushi and Sonata. Hiroki Goto defeated Evil, so it was not a good day so far for the Ungovernables.
No.
And it gets worse. Spoiler alert.
Well, all the titles change hands.
But we had the Young Bucks defeat Matt Sydal and Ricochet, Roppongi Vice, and Red Dragon to become 5-time IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions.
And you know, because of this, they're totally adding the Spinneroonie into their repertoire.
I would hope so. They now have the most reigns as a tag team, and they're only one away from tying people like Jushin Liger and Prince Devitt as far as junior tag team titles are concerned.
Yeah. Yeah, they have the most reigns combined for any actual tag team.
Yes.
Which is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't happen very often. You know, it's more so prestigious when you have that and it's only 5 reigns.
Yeah.
You know, unlike, I don't know what the New Age Outlaws had, like 1 billion.
So, something like that. And I lied. Kushida retained against Will Ospreay to remain the IWGP Junior Tag Team Champion.
Why is he a tag team champion?
He is the tag team champions.
So he's just the junior heavyweight champion?
Yes.
Okay. Makes more sense.
The Briscoes defeated the Guerrillas of Destiny to become the new IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions.
There's an airplane.
Yeah, real loud one.
Very close.
Katsuyori Shibata took back the Never Openweight Championship from Yuji Nagata. Michael Elgin defeated Kenny Omega to become the IWGP Intercontinental Champion.
They take Intercontinental very seriously because it's always an American.
And to round out the bad day for the Ungovernables, Kazuchika Okada defeated Tetsuya Naito to become once again the IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
Do you know how many reigns that is for Okada? This is like 4th, I think.
Some at
4th
least,
or 5th.
At least 4, yeah. I didn't take the time to look. So if you want to let us know, post down in the comments. But I've got one.
You said but.
I've I've got one more result. This is where we tell you to click to the time down below.
Because you don't want to be spoiled.
This is for Ring of Honor. This is the go-home show, 2 best in the world. So if you are looking forward to seeing what happens before the pay-per-view happens, click to the time. If you haven't done it yet, here we go. We open up with a singles match between Dalton Castle and Gato. This was a hysterical match because Gato, he's been around the block a few times. He's
basically a goofy old man. At this
pretty
point.
much. And then you add Dalton Castle across the ring.
He's a goofy young man.
Dalton Castle doing his little bend thing where he just leans back as far as he can, and Gato just turning his head and watching him do it. Absolutely hysterical. At one point, Gato's on the outside after a big back and forth situation with Dalton Castle. He's getting fanned by the boys, and he pokes them both in the eyes, and so the boys getting involved. Eventually, Gato is right. Well, it gets better because Gato's on the comeback. He's getting ready to beat Dalton Castle. One of the boys jumps up on the apron, pokes Gato in the eyes, and Dalton Castle hits Bangarang and picks up the win. So,
revenge.
Why are you poking the boys in the eyes, Gato? That's what happens.
Don't mess with the boys. The boys will mess you back up with stuff.
What he said. We had a match between Will Ferrara and the Stone Pitbull Tomohiro Ishii. Will Ferrara tried his hardest, but it is very difficult to take down Tomohiro Ishii.
Ishii is not easy E.
No, it's very difficult because this guy can just absorb pretty much anything and just deliver it right back.
I've literally seen Juggernaut punch him and he didn't move.
He,
in my head,
eventually hit Will Ferrara with his brainbuster and picked up the win. Will Ferrara tried to shake Tomohiro's hand, and Tomohiro actually backed away. So, not adhering to the code of honor, but he's a New Japan guy, so I think he's allowed to do that. We had Steve Corino come out and talk about how he's never apologized for anything he's ever done in his career. He did messed up things in ECW, and he says, 15 years ago or 17 years ago, whatever it was, I took barbed wire to the flesh of Terry Funk, and I never apologized for that. He talks about all these different things that he's done, and he's never apologized for doing these things, but he tried to change who he was by getting married, having kids, trying to settle down, becoming a commentator, and BJ Whitmer has taken him back to being that man who does not apologize for things, and he plans on doing a lot in their unsanctioned Fight Without Honor that he will never apologize for. So that's a warning, BJ.
This match has been a long time brewing.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. They did a little video package. I don't know exactly when issues started, but I mean, as long as I've been watching Ring of Honor on the regular, which has been at least a year and a half, 2 years, there's always been tension between them. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
I mean, it started long before they even recruited Colby Carino to be the young boy of the decade.
Yeah, that's
way before that.
That took it to a whole new level when Steve Carino had to watch his son be mind controlled by BJ Whitmer and
constantly fed to guys like Moose and Donovan Dijak.
Exactly. So yeah, there's a lot. I'm very interested to see how far BJ Whitmer and Steve Carino go in this match. Because
Carino's looking pretty good these days.
Yeah, he's pretty damn trim.
So's Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Not an indie news thing, but I mean, picture showed up of him at the gym. And
yeah.
He definitely looks like he's lost some pounds.
Losing some weight. And then in the main event, we had the 8-man tag team match that is the Bullet Club's Guerrillas of Destiny, and originally the Young Bucks. This ended up being Matt Jackson and Kenny Omega. I'm guessing Nick Jackson. This is probably where Nick Jackson got hurt.
Yeah.
So this is probably just. I don't know if Matt got hurt in this particular match, but yeah, Nick was not allowed to compete. They'd be taking on the Briscoes, Jay Lethal, and Roderick Strong. My one major note out of this match: Jay Lethal versus Kenny Omega needs to happen, because they had a couple of spots where they ran some really good tit for tat moves. Just These guys have amazing chemistry, and I want to see this happen. This needs to be a one-on-one match. It would be fantastic.
I'd say if Kenny Omega was still the Intercontinental Champion of New Japan, they should have done a champion versus champion match.
Ooh.
Maybe even title for title.
Maybe. Well, we don't know.
But it's not going to happen unless Kenny Omega wins the Intercontinental Championship back.
Or if Jay Lethal doesn't retain against Jay Briscoe.
Yeah. Either way, I mean...
We'll talk about that in upcoming shows. But the Briscoes, Jay Lethal, and Roderick Strong would pick up the win. We had Tonga Roa actually holding Jay Briscoe, and Omega and Jackson would go for a double super kick that Jay Lethal would actually get in the way of and take the shot for Jay Briscoe. Then both Mark and Roderick Strong would pull Jackson and Omega out, allowing Jay to get out of the full Nelson that Tonga Roa had. Tonga Roa gets hit with the Jay Driller, and the I guess you call them the ROH Elite get the win in the 8-man tag. And we have a little bit more stare down between Roddy and Mark because they're facing each other at Best in the World, and we have a little stare down between Jay and Jay, not Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble.
I watched a video on YouTube that was a Roderick Strong promo towards Mark Briscoe. And one of the lines that he delivered was just so much shade, saying that even compared to his brother, Mark Briscoe's always destined to only be second best.
Oh, yeah. They did, like, the last 4 or 5 minutes of the show was a few of the matches just the people promoing back and forth. There's some animosity there from the long running ROH guys. So, but that is it for Ring of Honor. We don't really have any news. I will say that according to Facebook, Eric Cannon and Heidi Lovelace are dating now. Saw that today, so congratulations to you two.
They were recently at the WrestlePalooza show that just happened. Yeah. Sponsored by PBR.
Maybe that sparked it, and they decided to hang out, and now they're dating according to Facebook.
They're from the same region of the country.
That's true.
Because I know Eric Cannon is from Minnesota, and Heidi Lovelace is from Indiana.
Yeah. So they're Midwest.
Midwest
peeps. So that's really the only news story we got. So we're gonna move right into upcoming.
I was going for it.
1, 2, 3. Upcoming shows. I've got one.
I'm glad you saw that.
Yeah, I've got one on Friday. What do you got?
I've got. You go first.
We usually do this before the show.
You go first.
Okay. Well, I'm going right back.
You got Friday. I've got every day.
All right. Well, I'm going right back into Ring of Honor Friday, June 24th.
Best in the world.
Concord, North Carolina.
Best in the world.
Live on pay-per-view.
Best in the world.
It's Best in the World.
Best in the world.
Best in the World 2016. We got 8 matches. We got 8 matches set so far. We got a 6-man tag team match where one of his favorite teams to say War Machine.
Yeah.
War Machine and Moose will be taking on the Young Bucks and Adam Cole, baby.
Wow.
We have
Adam Cole cleared.
As far as I know, that he hasn't been pulled from it yet. So
good to hear. Good to hear.
So yeah, Young Bucks, Adam Cole taking on War Machine.
I'm sure it was all our well wishers last week that was doing all the work.
Yes. We have the grudge match because Silas Young thinks ACH is just a little boy living in a man's world. ACH takes on Silas Young in a singles action. Kyle O'Reilly would take on Kamaitachi. I've never seen Kamaitachi actually wrestle before, so
me either.
Interested
to happen.
Interested to see how that match goes. We got Mark Briscoe versus Roderick Strong, as I was talking about. Not sure where the issues came up between these two, but being two of the longest running guys in ROH.
Isn't that for the television title?
No.
Who's the television champion?
Television title is Bobby Fish defending against Dalton Castle.
Hey! My boy Dalton Castle.
Yeah, Dalton Castle won a 4-corner survival match just a few weeks ago to get that title shot. He will face Bobby Fish on
I'm sure if we're going to the Roderick Strong Mark Briscoe, where the beef came from, I'm sure somewhere in like the 10 years that they've been on the Ring of Honor roster at the same time, something's probably happened.
Probably. We have
Mark Briscoe took one of his knee pads once or something.
What a dick. We have the unsanctioned Fight Without Honor, Steve Corino taking on BJ Whitmer. The grudge match of the decade, you could say.
The match that I was pushing so hard to happen at Final Battle last year.
Yeah.
Finally coming around to Best in the World.
Yeah, we'll see how that ends up going.
It's coming half a year later than I wanted it to.
Oh yeah, only half a year.
It's a 6-month late Christmas present.
The Machine Guns challenge the Addiction for the ROH Tag Team titles. So TNA, eat your heart out because you don't have any of these guys anymore. And then in the main event, the rematch a year in the making. Last year, Jay Lethal defeated Jay Briscoe to become the ROH World Champion. Can Jay Briscoe even the score and become champion this year? We'll just have to find out this Friday live on pay-per-view.
All right.
What you got for the rest of the weekend?
All right, so Shimmer is going to be doing their Shimmer 81 through 85 tapings.
Holy crap.
And it's going to take place on the 24th and the 25th are both going to be emanating out of Chicago.
So 2 doubleheaders.
Probably. And then on Sunday the 26th, they're going to be back to their home station in Berwyn, Illinois.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're taping 85 there.
So 2 shows, 1 show.
As far as I know, I could be wrong, but no matches announced yet, or not to my knowledge. But yeah, so they're hitting up 5 shows over 3 days.
Wow.
They have package tickets. It's 100, and there's no front row seats left available for the package tickets. But they have second row floor seats available still at $170 for all 5 shows.
That's a good deal.
It's not bad. And then on Sunday, coming out of Somerville, Massachusetts, we're going to have Beyond Wrestling presents Ripped Off in the Prime of Life. And that's got a good handful of matches that are going to be pretty awesome. We got Women's Wrestling Revolution Showcase match as Jordan Grace will go against Taylor Hendricks.
All right.
Dave Cole versus Anthony Stone renewing a rivalry, even though they were teaming up fairly recently. Maybe a little issues coming up based off of that. We're going to have a 6-man tag team match. Scarlett and Graves, which is Desmond Xavier, Zachary Wentz, and their partner Dave Christ. They're going to take on Team Pazuzu, being represented by Jaka and EYFBO.
All right.
We're going to have Keith Lee versus John Silver. We're going to have a first-time ever encounter between David Starr and Tommaso Ciampa. And then a match happening for the first time in the United States. Jonathan Gresham goes one-on-one against Zack Sabre Jr.
Holy shit.
And then the main event, Team Death by Elbow, Chris Hero and JT Dunn take on Chris Dickinson and Donovan Dijak.
That's a scary team.
Yeah. Well, it stems from Dickinson and Dijak having a few main events over a few Beyond shows.
Right.
And then Hero and Dunn coming out and interrupting the last one. So,
why would you want to fight?
Common enemies make friends.
The Dirty Daddy and Banana Hands.
Oh my god, that's the best thing I've heard all day. Yeah, so that's what I got for upcoming shows.
That's all we got for
Best in the World, Ripped Off in the Prime of Life, and 5 Shimmer tapings.
Look forward to Dirty Daddy and Banana Hands.
Look forward to a lot of female names.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot.
That repeat over and over again.
A lot of results next week. So, bear with us.
Also, Lion and Tiger with us too.
Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video.
Click all the links below.
Because there's lots of them.
You get all the normal links you see down at the bottom of every single video, which are the podcast link if you want to listen to us on the go, or all the social media links if you want to contact us that way, or the email links if you want to email us back and forth. But we also have all the links leading to all these awesome independent promotions that we talk about every weekend.
Yep, and we want to continue adding to the list. We talk about Chikara, we talk about Ring of Honor, we talk about Beyond, we talk about all these different people, but we want to talk about more. We want to talk about your favorite promotion.
Or your local promotion.
Or your local promotion, exactly. If you want a shout out for a specific promotion that you enjoy, send us links to websites, Facebooks, YouTubes, Twitters, anywhere that we can find information, matches to watch, a roster, something like that. Let us know in the comments or get a hold of us on any of our social media.
If we dig it, we'll post it.
Yeah, if we enjoy it, we will be sure to add it to our weekly...
And you get a shout out.
Exactly. And for those of you that are checking out the videos, we have a bunch of videos up in that playlist.
Lots of them. This is a big week.
Yeah, this is a big week. All of our
videos.
All of our regular reviews.
Raw, Midweek, SmackDown, Indie News.
All those things. And then on top of that, we have Money in the Bank predictions, because we'll be starting next week's episode with our Money in the Bank review. And we have Thomas's Top 5 hosted by me, because Thomas Wolf can't make it out.
So it's a Travis's Top 5.
Travis's Top 5 for the first
Get
time
over it
ever.
if you don't like it.
So be sure to check all those out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the love. And we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.